What up, ladies and gentlemen, Colts Nation, and fans of all, right? Fans of just the NFL. Well, I'm sitting here, and I'm having a bit of an issue. Sorry it took me a minute to get on here. I had a bowel issue I needed to go to. But anyhow, it's what last second thing. We're all human. It happens. Anyhow, my wife just yelled at me for saying that. What up, Derek? What's going on? Are you live streaming today, man? Appreciate you being here. Lawrence is on a streak. What's up, Alpha? Thanks for being here. Dayo Odeyingbo, I believe is how it's pronounced. Did a little research on him. Got some all 22 on him today. What's going on, Dark Minute Man? Appreciate you being here. Thanks. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of... Yeah, I streamed the last 2 days as well, Derek. So, I get you. Rough. What's up, Colt Strong, Alpha Wolf? You didn't know he had an Achilles? Well, you know what? So I watched the Ballard press conference afterwards, and apparently he had a first round grade on him and had a much bigger grade on him, higher grade than any of the tackles that was left. And you guys remember, those of you that were watching my stream yesterday, I was screaming, trade up 4 spots, trade up, get the tackle. And then the tackle got. And I was like, well, crap, that sucks. But apparently, so I'm watching some of his all 22 right now. Before I, got on here, because I didn't have a whole lot of time because I went to bed late, woke up late, didn't wake up till like 10 o'clock this morning. And I'm realizing they call him the Hurricane for a reason. They do. His moves are more reactionary than they are predetermined. Does that make sense? Right? He goes in, and however things happen at the time, he just reacts to it. I watched the guy literally bowl over somebody. I watched Dayo come in off the edge and just put his shoulder, lead in with his shoulder, and bowled over the tackle to get in the backfield. That is just crazy. You don't see that kind of movement in the NFL. You don't see guys doing that. Just reactionary, trying to Tasmanian devil their way into the backfield to create havoc. And that's what Dayo does. Now, and he says that, Ballard says that he'll be worth the wait, that he most likely won't be ready week 1, and that they're just going to let him heal up. Well, that tells you right there, they're not bringing Justin. I mean, they even asked him, and I said this before the interview, they weren't bringing Justin Houston back. And Ballard said, well, our defensive line room right now is a little bit full. As much as he likes Houston, it's a little full. Yeah. And I know a lot of you are like, man, we need a tackle. That one guy says, who are you hoping for this day? I don't expect a tackle. As much as we all hope and pray that we got one this draft and figured without any question that we're going to get one, I don't see a tackle that's going to be drafted early enough to make a difference against Sam Tevy, let alone if they go out and get like a Schwartz or a Fisher or something to be a plug and play guy in the first round, for this year. Thornburg, I'm not thrilled with Pittsburgh's picks in 2 and 3 either. Yeah. Yeah, no one was. I looked at that. Company Eagles, another day, another draft. Thanks for being here. Alpha Wolf, what's his main intro? Twitch Bendy. He's quick. He's strong. I can see him playing the 1-3 or the other end. Or, I mean, the 3 or both ends. I don't see him playing the 1. He's not big enough to be a Grover Stewart type guy. He's got everything to him. He's got a little bend. Not a lot. Very twitchy. Very strong. I think that's his best attribute is like just his physical. He can overpower guys, okay? Because of his size, his strength, his height, his leverage. He just overpowers people. And that's why I think that I get it. Last year, Matt Eberflus wants to get pressure with his front four and only his front four without having to blitz. And I think that's one of the reasons why Ballard went 2 guys that he had first-round picks on, first-round draft grades at pass rusher, so that he doesn't have to send blitzes all the time. I mean, I'm almost 100% sure that's why he went that route. Derek says, definitely was a confusing pick and a shock, no question, but this guy has length and intangibles that you can't teach. Agreed. And a willing and an effort. His effort level is way up there, right? Way up there. On every play that I was watching. I didn't get through a whole game. I got through maybe a quarter before I finally had to go live here. But his effort level is ridiculous. He extends so much energy on every play that I'm just like, how in the world is he still out there breathing? So that's something that you have to keep an eye on. I don't think you want to see that from an NFL player. I think they'll probably try to teach that out of him a little bit, because in the NFL, you're going to want to have, they want you to be able to play at 100% on every down that you're on, whether it's in the first quarter or, the last snap of the game. And if you're putting in so much effort, early on in the game, you're not going to be at 100% later. And also, remember, they're deep right now with youth. So you'll probably see them in and out. A lot of people in and out all the time. Sounded like Ballard will sign a free agent tackle. I'm thinking so as well, because honestly, like I said, I don't see a tackle right now that's left in the draft. Maybe a couple that might fight with Tevy. But if Schwartz or Fisher or someone like that is able to start week 1, I could see Ballard signing him at least to a 1-year deal. And then, of course, I believe Tevy's good enough to fill in for a week or two, not for the entire season, because you're going to limit what you could do by adding extra bodies on the outside of Tevy to kind of help sandwich him in between a tight end and Nelson to help him out a little bit. Honestly, I would not be surprised if we got a corner, a wide receiver, or a tight end on the 4th pick, or even linebacker in the 4th round. That one guy, I took from Ballard's comment that we have till September to fill the tackle spot and that we will be signing someone. Yeah, I just answered that. Thornburg, no, you need to fill those spots before camp. That Eberflus's whole bit, get consistent pressure with the front four. That's it exactly. That's it exactly, right? Kayvon, what's up, guy? I hope we get a left tackle today in the 4th or 5th round. I don't think we will, but we might. Legit Savage, thanks so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Loved your take on Anthony Walker to the Browns. What do you think of the Browns draft so far? Let me go look at that real quick. Because I really haven't really gotten a good look at it so far. You got to understand, I do look at Colts more than I do anything. All right, so we got, scrolling down here, Greg Newsom, cornerback. All right, you got yourself another guy. You grabbed a nickel corner in free agency. Now Newsom can be your opposite guy to your number one, who's obviously solid. So that ain't bad. Definitely went defense there. Still looking for Brown. Did you not have a round 3 pick? Oh, there it is. Cleveland Browns from the Bears. Oh, you got Owusu. Okay. Another linebacker. He'll be probably competing with a couple of your free agent guys. I don't think he's going to take over the Mike spot, because I honestly think Anthony Walker will be your Mike without any question. But he's a good guy who will be in there to fight. And who'd you get on 3rd round? Third round, Cleveland Browns. Oh, you got a wide receiver. Well, that's interesting. I really didn't have wide receiver as one of your top guys, and I don't know a whole lot about Anthony Schwartz. But really, you guys are pretty well rounded out. I think the Browns are going to be dangerous this year. I really do. I think they're going to be competing for the Super Bowl. That's just my opinion, though. Juiced Up, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hey, guys, just want to say, don't forget, smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tag the notification bell. Make sure that you have all notifications turned on, because you know how YouTube is. You may not get the notification unless that's all turned on. I've got my merch shop up here. You're welcome to check it out. In the description of the video, there is a link not only to the merch shop, but Super Chat. If you want to make a larger donation in the Super Chat or anything of that nature, please use the one down there that says Super Chat for Streamlabs, because the Super Chat on YouTube takes 65%. YouTube takes 65% of all donations gone through them. If you use the Streamlabs link, I will get 92% of that. Plus, your question still comes up right in this box right here. Okay? So, your question will still be on there, and I'll still check it out. And I appreciate it a lot. Thanks so much. Really, Joe, you think that OBJ's on his way? I don't think OBJ's on his way out. At least not this year. I don't think that he's going to be out this year. I think they may trade him later in the season, but I don't think he's out. OBJ, Schwartz is deep speed. Didn't have that. Okay. It's always good to have at least one real big-time speed guy to take a top off of defense, you know what I'm saying? Because that opens up so much underneath. Everybody says he's fast, even Juiced Up. Okay, I remember people talking about that yesterday when I was doing the stream yesterday. Yeah, really fast. And it's a reason why the Patriots signed Nelson Aguilar, right? To take a top off to open up underneath for all those under his tight ends and the other receivers that they've got. It's the reason why the Colts have Paris Campbell and T.Y. Hilton kind of open up that stuff underneath. So, yeah, it's very important to have a guy like that. So, I appreciate you. Getting back to some of the other stuff. Derek says 99th percentile in arm length. Has a wingspan over 86 inches. Can play any spot on the field because of his size. Any size. The only way I see him playing the one tech, which is where Grover Stewart plays, is on like 3rd and 12 or something like that. Then I could see him playing the one tech. And even then, I would rather see him be put on the 3 tech and then having Buckner move over to the 1 tech. Right? That's how I would see that go on. But honestly, yeah, I think the Colts themselves are probably going to end up getting a tackle. They're not happy. There's no way they're happy with the tackle situation. But Ballard said, you know what? We're not going to reach for somebody just because they're in need. And everybody thought that he was talking about the defensive end, but apparently he was talking about the tackle, right? He is not reaching for a tackle just because it's a need. If he does not have a tackle graded at the position that he's picking at, he's not picking him. And apparently Dayo was a first-round guy that had an injury, but he was so good, he said, that it was worth taking a chance on that injury. I mean, he's hit with those before. Julian Blackmon last year, right? So, it happens. Joe says that I'm shocked Pittsburgh passed on Elijah Molden in round 3. He would have been good fit for Indy too. I'm shocked he didn't trade back after the first half of round 2. I'm curious. I haven't looked. Did you guys see, those of you that weren't here, right before I ended because I ended it right at the beginning of round 3 on my stream yesterday. I called that Kyle Trask. I was like, it makes perfect sense. Kyle Trask to Tampa, Perfect sense. And of course the Falcons grabbed my offensive tackle, Jalen Mayfield. I knew they would. Boy, he fell. He was graded near a first-round grade, and he dropped to the 3rd round. Wow. There's Brady Christensen. Still looking for the other tackle that could be on the list. Yep, Spencer Brown. There he is. Darn it. He got on the 30th pick of round 3. Yeah, there isn't a tackle right now that's worthy of a 4th-round pick. At least I don't see it. I don't see it. Nolligs, 2, watching from Ireland. What's up? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Don't forget to smash the like button. I had over 50 likes yesterday on my stream. The 3-hour stream yesterday. So let's see if we can at least hit that again today. I would really appreciate it. Is Will Holding a starting caliber offensive tackle? Hector Javier Garcia. I'm not going to pronounce the last name. I apologize. Is he a starting caliber offensive tackle? I don't think so. Not starting right off. I think he's a backup, a high-end backup. Now, could he develop into a starting? Possibly. Might need a little bit of time, but I don't think he's a starting guy. Sarah says maybe we sign Fisher or Schwartz. I'm hoping Fisher. I think Fisher's a better left tackle. But again, he probably won't be ready week 1. So You know, we're going to hope. We need someone besides Tebby because I don't see any other tackle besides Tebby that's even worthy of sliding into that first left tackle slot for the Colts. It'd just be ugly. Nolig says, I already liked. Well, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I see difficult to plug a tackle in this draft. Yeah, I think so. Especially right now. You know, walking into the fourth round, it's going to be a pain in the butt to try to get a tackle. Appreciate that, Sarah. She says that she loves my content and I'm amazing. Wow. Man, that's high praise. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, that's what I'm here for, you know. I'm trying to just give my opinions right now. Reactions, things of that nature. Oh my. I see it here. DPN. It should show up any moment. Much appreciated. There it is. Very awesome. Ray Rout, I assume, from Dear Pats Nation, asks, who are the Colts taking today? After the second round and the Colts grabbing a defensive end pass rusher with a torn Achilles after grabbing Pay, who knows? Ballard might grab a long snapper. You know what I'm saying? Who do I hope they grab today? Competition for left tackle, because I don't think we're getting a straight-up starter at left tackle in round 4, especially with all my guys, even Brown gone. Wouldn't mind seeing a tight end, a cornerback, a linebacker, or a wide receiver. Those are the positions that I'm okay with getting guys currently right now. So if that happens, then great. When it comes to actual names, I don't have any. I want a receiving tight end, a fast receiving tight end. Because we already got 2 good blocking tight ends who can catch the football, but isn't necessarily explosive. Mo Alley Cox can move with the ball afterwards, and he's a big boy, tough to bring down, but he's not fast, you know. I think Ballard wants, or Frank Reich wants and likes those quick tight ends that are matchup nightmares. Sarah says maybe we trade for Ertz. We're not trading for Ertz. Now, could Ballard be waiting to release the Eagles to release Ertz and then sign him up on like a cheap contract? That's possible. But I don't see him trading for Ertz. Not now. You know, not with us being in the draft. Nolig says, Colts could do some damage this year. When I first started to get into football, it was Tom Brady versus Manning in 2005. Colts won that game and it broke your heart. Ah. It's okay. DPN asks, is the edge pass rusher Ronnie Perkins being picked at 96, the steal of the draft? I don't know if he's the steal of the draft. In all honesty, that's a heck of a pick. I like the pick. But there's other picks that I think are really good picks as well. I thought Tommy Tremble dropping to the 3rd round was a big time wow. You know, personally. Spencer Brown, that was a good pick. Third round. I expected him to go in the second. And as I said earlier, I can't believe some of these guys lasted as long as they did in the draft. Like Jalen Mayfield, I think was the steal of the draft so far for the Falcons. At number 68, third round, Jalen Mayfield. I had Mayfield as a late first, early second guy, right? So, Mick the Dog, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Hey, Lawrence. Wow, guys, bolstering that D-line I see. Yes, they are. I mean, against Buffalo, it wasn't that left tackle that had the issue, was it? It was the fact that we couldn't get to Josh Allen. Right? Josh Allen would escape the pocket, run around, do things. We went out and got athletic, fast, big pass rushers for that defensive line. And hell or high water, Ballard has put, in the last, since Ballard's been here, in his 4 seasons, I think Ballard's spent 5 picks on pass rusher. 5 picks on pass rusher. In the first or second round. Wow. In the first or second round, Ballard has spent 5. That's amazing. Last year was the only year that he didn't spend a second round pick on a pass rusher. Jeez. Mick says he's pretty geeked up about his Browns draft so far. Yeah, I got another guy in here that asked about the Browns. And, yeah, I'm impressed with the Browns. I think the Browns are going to be fighting for a Super Bowl this year so far. So, Javier says JOK in the middle of the second. Yeah, that's where a lot of people expected him, actually. Everybody was like, oh, he's going to be a first rounder. I didn't think that JOK was going to be. I figured he was going to fall. Draft is stacked. Some players will go in the 5th round that could have went in the 2nd or 3rd. I'm assuming you mean in other drafts. Oh, yes. Pay is the real deal was a good pick. Oh, yeah, Pay's a solid dude. I got a film room on him on my channel. I think Pay's an excellent pick. Really enjoyed having Pay there. Not to mention, we also gave that first for D-Buck. Yeah. Well, D-Buck's not a defensive end pass rusher. I was just talking about defensive end pass rushers. DeForest Buckner's a tackle. Now, he's also a pass rusher, but he's a tackle. But, yeah, I get what you're saying. They've really put a lot into that defensive line. More than any other position since Ballard's been here. All right, I'm going to go into the, let's go check the draft out here. Now, I'm behind you guys, as you know. Jaguars on the clock is what I've got at 106. And Indy don't pick until 127. With OBJ coming back too, the question is Baker that good? He hasn't shown he is anything but average. I think Baker has shown more than average. There's a reason why the Browns just gave him his 5th-year option. If they believed he was average, they wouldn't have done that. Baker has shown a lot of... There's been a lot of times where Baker has shown that he has clutch mentality. right? The only issue with Baker is sometimes he has a problem knowing when to give up on a play. It started already, Alpha. What's up, John? John Davis says, I was shocked, like most of you, when Dayo was selected and wondered what was going on in Ballard's head. We needed a left tackle. After thinking about it a short while, I see Eberflus's defensive depending on pressure and good run blocking. That's what I'm saying. It's all about that defensive line. And we had too much age. Early on in free agency, I said, I think Ballard is wanting to go younger, right, on the D-line. Go younger on the D-line, and he sure did. Letting Autry walk. He's obviously letting Houston walk, and he goes out and drafts his replacements for them both. Colts may be the youngest team in the NFL now, right? Literally. Joe says, y'all pick in front of Pittsburgh. You better not snipe us. And I see Grovers, DeForest, Pay, and Dayo as being D-line that requires double team due to pressure. Well, don't expect Dayo the first half of this season because he had an Achilles tear, I think, in January. So it'll be a while before he's ready to go. But still, we got a lot of guys. I think Tyquan Lewis, Rochelle, Teray. Obviously, I'm not putting Banagoo in there because Zach Hicks thinks Banagoo is our best edge guy before the draft. I don't think so. Al-Qadim Muhammad, that's who I was trying to think of. If I was on the other team, I would not know how to deal with this. Oh, yeah. I mean, especially on third and long. There's lots of pass rush ability there. Migsby, excited for the Colts to find a hidden gem today, right? That's kind of what Ballard's known for. Mick says Baker this year will be the first time in his career he will have the same system, coach, coordinators, and offensive line. I'm hoping big things out of Baker this year. Enough Browns talk. Okay, so that's very important, actually, what you're talking about here. That's consistency. Familiarity with the guys around you. Not your coach, your system, the play calls, the players around you, your offensive line, all of that. People underestimate and don't even think about how important that is to an offense. Oh, look, the Jags are about to pick their 73rd pick in the first 4 rounds. Right? Pick is in, is what I've got. I don't know what the pick is. Jay Tufeli? Well, they needed a defensive tackle, that's for darn sure. I don't know a whole lot about Tufeli. Or Tufel, however you pronounce it. Jets are on the clock. I'm going to light a cigarette. Just like I've been doing. Pitt took a great running back first round because their line is trash and they're hoping Najee can overcome it. I'm okay with them getting Najee Harris. You're right though. They need to fix their offensive line, but they needed a good running back. I'm okay with getting Najee Harris. They just need to fix that O-line too. Did Ballard set himself up for any comp picks for free agents? Oh yeah, we'll get some comp picks. Danico Autry's going to get us a comp pick all by himself. Okay. Anthony Walker. Because comp picks come by how much playtime they get. Right? And Autry's going to get a lot of play time. Oh, wait, that's not Autry. Sorry. Yeah. Autry. Anthony Walker's going to get a ton of play time. So, yeah, there's a few guys out there. But the Colts, in general, re-signed most of their own guys, right? So that's a good thing. All right, later, Nolux. Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Michael H., what's up? Thoughts on the remaining players on the board coming into day 3? You got to close that, honey. You got to close that door. That fan is way too loud. My wife is going to sleep. Oh. My bedroom is just right over there. So. Oh, yeah, Walker will start. There's no question about that. Yeah, there's still talent on this board, Michael. Do I think we're going to get, like I said, I don't think that the Colts will get a starting left tackle. But I do believe that we could get some good depth pieces in this draft. Because the only position I think that we're shy, the Colts are, at starting positions, is tackle. And since there's no starting left tackles available, in my opinion, in this draft left, I think that there's a lot of depth to be had. Guys who could play specific role players, right? And, yeah. At least for the Colts. There might be starting positions for other teams, obviously. I mean, you're looking at, teams like the Jets or something like that. They'll probably find starters because they lost so many people. The Eagles might find some guys, different teams that aren't quite as deep as teams like the Browns or the Colts. Joe says there's more to that. They need guard help more than anything because their backs are trash and there doesn't. Oh, yeah. You're talking about Pittsburgh, and yeah. The offensive line is important. It straight up is. You might be able to find a guard in the 4th round. So the Jets went out and got their running back, Michael Carter. Good pick. They needed a running back. That's a very good pick for the Jets. Smart. I was surprised they didn't grab actually, I thought the Jets were going to get Najee Harris. So Loyalist says, I was thinking about what our D-line early downs. I would pay to see that with Lewis, Buckner, Grove, and Pay. Yeah. I think you got Lewis and Pay on the wrong sides, but yeah, I like that. Defenses were too easily able to cheat against Pittsburgh's offense. Well, yeah. And the only reason why Ben Roethlisberger went deep in the second half of the Colts is because our starting strong safety, Kari Willis, went down with a concussion. And then he started to throw over the top because Odom wasn't that good. It wasn't just Odom. It was a couple guys there, And that's why Pittsburgh was able to come back and win against the Colts that game. What up, JDW? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Dabney Offerman has got to go eat some breakfast. You're cool. Wyatt Davis. JDW, he says, Dayo's a monster. Been trying to tell you guys about him for a while. I get it. It's just going to be a while before he's able to play. We probably won't see him for the first half of the season, right? I mean, that's fine. I get why Ballard took him. Alpha says, I can barely sleep at night with the thought of the D-line now. We got to see it on the field, you know. Draft picks always look good when they're drafted, but then you got to see them on the field with their new team, higher competition, new system, stuff like that. I try not to get overly excited with draft picks. I look at it and I go, okay, this is the kind of person we're getting. Here's his ceiling, here's his floor, right? I try to look in the middle and not expect too much because I don't want to set myself up for disappointment. Mick says, just an observation from a Browns fan. I see your entire season on Wentz's shoulders. You're a good football team. Wentz plays well. Who knows where the ceiling is? If Wentz plays in any other way other than 2020, the Colts are a solid playoff / Super Bowl contender. You think about it. 2017, 18, and 19, Wentz was 27 touchdowns or something like that, and like seven interceptions or some crap like that. He hasn't had an offensive line since 2017. He's actually played well right up until, the last, 16 games he's played in the NFL. And that's when a lot of injuries and stuff like that's happened, and his miscommunications with his coaches and GMs, things like that. So, I think the fresh start will be good for Wentz. Now, see, Julian Blackmon was a go from day one, from week one. So it's not just like Julian. Julian was able to step in as soon as Hooker got injured. Dayo's not coming in if someone gets injured week 1, week 2. There's no way. He won't be ready. But I get what you're saying, as in he's a high talent that fell because of his injury, and when he does play, he could be a very good player. Hector Javier Garcia says, I like that Ballard said that he's not changing positions. Ballard straight up, he's not going to reach for somebody if it's not a good pick at that pick. Speaking of which, let me move over here. So Atlanta grabbed cornerback Darren Hall out of San Diego State, and Tennessee traded up to get Des Fitzpatrick, wide receiver from Louisville. Isn't that Tennessee's second wide receiver they've grabbed in this draft? Wow. And the Browns pick is in. Boy, these picks are starting to fall like crazy now. JDW says, I think we take a tackle late and sign a guy like Fisher or Schwartz. Yeah, I think so too. I really do. That's what I've been saying. I agree with not getting overly excited, but Pay and Dayo combined for 50 sacks this. Maybe 60. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Anytime you add a good pass rusher, the other good pass rushers on your team get better. Also, you got to remember, we got a great offensive line, right? So your pass rushers have got a lot of good talent to work against. All right, so Cleveland is on the board. Their pick is in. Bengals are on the clock. Don't forget, guys, please smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tag notification bell. I'm praying that I hit another, 50 subs before this end of this week with the content that I'm going to come out with. Because I'll have another content later tonight or tomorrow morning with an interview. I'd like to hit the even number on there. I didn't look to see what my subs are right now. Let me go check that out real quick. 1362. I need 38 subscribers to hit 1,400 subs. So if you guys could go ahead and hit that share button right down there, copy and paste that to, I don't know, whatever social media or blogs or anything of that nature that you're part of. Help share this out. Let people know. Come in, check some of my content out. I'd really, really appreciate it. That's exactly what, it's word of mouth. It's people like you that help me get more subscribers and keep me doing what I'm doing. So, appreciate it. Okay, so the Browns took James Hudson, the OT out of Cincinnati. All right. The Bengals pick is in. Detroit's on the clock. Well, I just told you, Mick. They picked up an offensive tackle, James Hudson. Yeah, I got an interview, JDW. Titans D was a mess, yes. But they tried to fix the pass rush and corners and stuff, so, yeah. Let's not assume talent is gone in these rounds. Oh, no, they're not. They're not, Alpha. There's still talent here. I just don't see starters being picked for this year. Maybe in the future, but not for this year on the Colts because we are a very well-rounded team. I hear some people saying that they believe Dayo will repeat what Blackman. I disagree. Dayo's a much bigger man with different injury, not to mention the stress the position puts him in, Colts loyalist says. Yeah, he won't be ready until at least midway through the season anyhow. So, they got Janoris Jenkins. Yeah. Still waiting on the Bengals pick to come in. Oh, my goodness. Well, 50 minutes in. 50 minutes into the stream, and we're only on pick 6. Out of like 150. Well, that's going to be fun. All right. I don't know, man. Let me see here. Brady Christensen went to the Panthers? Huh. Didn't realize that. Oh, I'm sorry, just looking. I'm looking over picks from yesterday that I missed. Yeah, they did get Elijah Molden, the cornerback out of Washington. Tennessee did. All right. June? Alpha Wolf asks, time frame training camp. I think it's in June usually. At least for the Colts. Early, yeah, it's usually starts early June. Hopefully, they'll have media availability, and they'll open it up to media availability again this year, and then maybe I'll be able to go in and do some of that again like I did back in 2019. Because obviously they didn't have media availability last year, which sucks. Mick says he's out. Have a good one. Thanks so much for being here, Mick. Appreciate it. I'm about halfway through my likes so far. I got 26. Aiming for 50, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everything. All you guys stopping in and saying hi. Michael H. Thoughts on the ability to pick up more picks with the roster where it is? Is the benefit here to trade back at this point, or does it make more sense to package some late picks? I would move up a couple spots. Really, all we're going for is depth right now. The Colts have got great roster across the board. Obviously, we're still shy, in my opinion, of a quality starting left tackle. But I think our starters across the board are pretty great. We could use some depth in other positions. I do not see trading back currently, but who knows? Ballard might do that for late picks, just to make sure he grabs some guys that he likes. Joe says that Ballard should have traded back in the second. I think he should have traded up in the second. In all honesty. But that's my opinion. I was ticked off. Because I was saying, when the Giants was on the board, I was like, move up. Trade with the Giants and grab Cosme. And they didn't. And then Cosme was selected by the Washington football team. And I was ticked off. Literally, go back and look yesterday. I was saying, and then it happened. And I was mad. I thought they should have traded up rather than traded back. Do you know if there is any exceptional special teams in this draft? I asked about that already. And there are some. Most of your 6th and 7th rounders will be special teamers, but I don't know them personally. I don't get that deep into the college because I don't spend as much time in college as I do on pros. Guys like Zach Hicks and stuff, they watch a lot of college tape. I don't watch as much college tape because while college is going, I'm busy watching NFL tape. With the state of our roster, Jamie Miller asks, how would you approach the remaining picks? Do you look for guys with high ceilings or fill with solid backup type players? Always grab high ceilings. Always. Always grab someone who has an exceptional elite trait. All right? Something that no one else will be able to get. And then try to work with that player to kind of bring up his low points. Always get someone who has an incredibly high ceiling. At least that's my opinion on things. I don't care if it's an incredibly high ceiling, incredibly low floor. If you get someone that has an incredibly high ceiling, then at least they have potential. you don't want to draft a guy that you think, well, okay, I'm drafting this dude to be, someone on my practice squad for 4 years. You don't do that. You get what I'm saying? And those are the kind of guys that, you want high ceiling, high trait guys that'll be on a practice squad for a year, maybe 2, just to learn. But then get up on your team because they have kind of leveled out their floor, which would be nice. Troger says if Dayo heals, he looks like a beast. It's crazy. Like I said, I was looking at some of the All-22 that I bought today. And he's like a Tasmanian devil. Okay? He expends so much energy reacting to try to get in the backfield to cause havoc that I can't believe that he's able to do that on a consistent basis. I do like the energy he puts out. I think he needs to be a little bit more under control, if you get my meaning. Which I think that he can learn that a little bit more in while he's with the Colts and the pros, because he'll have good coaches. Let's see who's up now. All right, so the Bengals grabbed edge out of Tulane, Cameron Sample. Detroit Lions got Amon Ra, St. Brown, wide receiver, USC. Where have I heard the name Amon Ra from? Is that an Egyptian name? Is he Egyptian? Isn't Amon Ra like an Egyptian god? That's cool. That's really cool. And the Lions are picking again because they traded up. What? Oh, no. Okay. Derek Barnes, linebacker, out of Purdue. Okay, so good moves by the Lions. I liked actually both those moves. I don't know Barnes as well as flip that. I don't know Amon Ra as much as I know Barnes. The only reason I know Barnes pretty well is Purdue. He's a good player. It's a good pick. He I actually think will fight for a starting position on the Lions. See, there's some guys out there that are still available that can make teams on the starting roster. What's up, my Patriots updates? Appreciate you being here. Dayo appears to have a few moves already. Most guys are one-trick ponies. Troger says that. Hey, and that like pay. Pay is... they lied. Because I was looking at Pay's film. He don't have a lot of moves. All right? He can be taught the moves. But some of these guys, where you go look at their draft profile, says he's got moves and blah, blah, blah. He don't have that many moves. He's incredibly athletic, but he doesn't have a lot of moves. They're like, well, he's got a rip and a dip, he doesn't dip very well. I don't know if he dips very, because I don't see it, on tape. I don't see him rip and dip. I just don't see it. I see him rip, but I don't see a dip very often. I see a lot of chops. I see a lot of stunts. I see a lot of stop and goes. But when it comes to just general one-on-one pass rush moves, I don't see a lot from Dayo yet. But he'll learn because, like I said, we've got a guy like that teaches in Robert Mathis. Chris says he is the sun god. Okay. Raw. Yeah, okay. Lions are having a very good draft. They really are. Atlanta Falcons pick is in. Dallas Cowboys is on the clock. The Colts ain't picking for a while because we're only at pick 10 of the day. I will not be here the entire night. I'm not going to be here for 12 freaking hours or however long this is going to take. It'll probably be an 8-hour draft, and I'm not going to sit here that long. as much as I enjoy watching this. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, the Patriots in 4. They're at 15. The Atlanta Falcons select Drew Dahlman, center from Stanford. Looks like they got their replacement for Mack. Good for them. Good for them. Cowboys got to go O-line. You would think. Wait, I don't know. They picked up D-line already this draft. I think they go corner. They might go line, but I think they'll go corner or safety again. Watch them grab a wide receiver. Tight end would be a smart move for Dallas. They need tight ends. Or did they already grab a tight end this draft? I can't remember. I think they'll go corner. It's still registering. Dallas goes. Dallas's pick is in. It's not registering what the pick is yet, though. Oh, you're saying O-line, not D-line. Okay. Michael H says, what draft? Oh, I'm on NFL.com draft tracker. I'm just watching it because I'm not, I don't have cable. I don't watch cable TV. And so I just watch the tracker. Oh, they went cornerback last. That don't mean they won't go twice in a row. Colts went twice in a row, top 2 picks, defensive end. And they need defensive back help bad. You know, even if they already grabbed a cornerback, they need defensive back help badly. I know they already got a linebacker, especially since Lee retired. Jones is gone. Van Der Esch is questionable because he's injured so much. They might go another linebacker here. Who knows? They need D help. I think the offensive line was bad last year just because of injuries. I mean, they had so many injuries on that offensive line. They had all pros injured for the entire season, right? I mean, they did. I think they'll get. They might go O-line for depth. Guys, don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, tag notification bell, make sure all notifications are turned on. That way you are notified. Because unless you have the all notifications turned on, it's weird. That's YouTube. If you don't have all notifications turned on, YouTube may not notify you that I'm live or uploaded. So make sure you get those turned on. Especially when I upload my interview that I have tonight. I'm not saying with who, because I was asked not to. But just letting you know. Oh my. I was right. Jabril Cox, linebacker, LSU. Great pick by well, they got themselves a linebacking core. Michael says Fubo has a free 1-week trial, and They're sitting on NFL Network. I don't watch cable TV anymore either. Brian says, I get Xfinity, which includes NFL Network. I also have Prime Video, but again, no NFL Network. I have Hulu. All right, I watch Hulu. But I'm not paying extras for stupid stuff. Hulu tried to charge me $180 freaking dollars, and all I wanted was basic Hulu. They tried to say that I got this and this and this, and I'm like, are you out of your darn mind? I'm about ready to drop Hulu. They're ticking me off. Jabril Cox from LSU, by the way, like I said, for Dallas, that was a heck of a pick. That was a good pick by Dallas. I think they got... Don't they have Parsons as well? Didn't they pick up Parsons this draft? You love that pick for the boys? Yeah, Sarah. I think it's a good pick. Especially with their linebacking core kind of falling apart over the last 2 years. Scott C., what's up? The draft is on channel 21 out of Fort Wayne. That's awesome, but also, I only have one TV upstairs. I do have an antenna, which comes out of my wall, but I only have one TV. So, that's an issue that I have. I can run 2 monitors from my computer, but I don't have the stuff to do that with. Jamie says she gave up, or Jamie Miller says that they gave up cable TV and rotate streaming service. That way you watch what is on the service, drop them and move on. By the time you come back, they have enough new stuff to make it worth it. Okay? Linebackers are important, right? The Giants grabbed an edge out of Northern Iowa. Elderson Smith. Rams pick is in. Chargers on the clock. Nice. I mean, they needed linebacker help after it being fallen apart. And they didn't even reach for any of their linebackers, which is good. McChicken says that he wants to see New England draft Demetric Felton. Oh, my goodness. Having a great time. Doing all right so far. How is everybody after yesterday and after the last 2 days of drafts? Everybody doing okay? I mean, get enough sleep? In good moods? It's Bill Belichick. It's kind of like Chris Ballard. You never know who in the heck he's going to end up picking. McChicken says he's sleeping well because he likes the picks that... Uh-oh. The Rams grab defensive tackle. An 80s pop star, Bobby Brown. Oh. The Rams says, don't talk about their picks. It's their prerogative. I can't say how, but I'm watched the Colts games. I can't say how, but I watched Colts games last season on a delay. I mean, the options are poor from the NFL. Yeah, I hear you. Is anyone in here even old enough to remember who Bobby Brown was? My prerogative. Was married to Whitney Houston and all that. Right? Crack is whack. Remember all that? John says, yep. Patriot says illegal streams are the best. I can't comment on that, being that I am on YouTube. I can't say one way or the other. I can say you're not supposed to use bootlegs and things of that nature. Troger says, yep. My mom talks about him because she liked Whitney Houston. Yep. McChicken says, I know who he is, but I'm not your age. Unfortunately, remember Bobby Brown. Sean P says. Jamie Miller says, unfortunately. Chargers grab edge out of Duke. Chris. There's the rump. I was talking about him yesterday. Remember, that would have been an awful name to have to go through college, go through school with. Chris Rump. That'd be an awful name to have to go through college with. Or high school. Elementary would be worse. Ugh. Brian says, yes, the Cocaine Chronicles. Yeah. During the whole Nancy Reagan's Just Say No campaign. Vikings grab running back out of Iowa State, Kenny Nwangwu. I know I completely and utterly destroyed that name, but I got Patriots on the clock. Patriots with their pick in. Loyalist says, at 50, I have to admit. Yes, the Jaguars traded up. Must be someone on the board they really, really like to trade up. Colts are 7 picks away. Hey, what up, JDW? Welcome back. What we got here? I still do not have a name for the Patriots yet. I'm waiting. Jags are probably getting an A so far in their draft. Running back, Oklahoma. Ramondre Stevenson. 6 foot, 231 pounds. Didn't carry the ball very much there. Oh. Okay, he's your new, between the tackles hard, what's his name that you guys had that ended up going to the Eagles? That used to beat the snot out of the Colts between the tackles? I can't remember. What was his name? He ran like 200. Blunt. Yeah, Blunt. That's it. He's your next Blunt. At least that's who you're hoping he is. You know who I was talking about. It was a smart move. Jaguars on the clock. Or no, their pick is in. They moved up, so that was obviously somebody they wanted. They already got a linebacker. They already got a running back. They've got a pretty good draft so far. Bengals on the clock. JDW. The guy you guys just picked up, kind of blunt style, Ramondre Stevenson. He's kind of LeGarrette Bluntish. I'm not saying he is going to be the next guy. I'm saying that's his style of running. You know what I mean? Patriots says that Blunt ran for 250 on the Colts and they called it cheating. Actually, no. Colts fans didn't call that cheating because it doesn't hurt the whole... No. In general, no. They're saying throwing the football was easier, but it didn't matter because you were running the football all over us in that game. Oh, yeah. LeGarrette Blunt smoking weed. Blunt. Yeah. I remember that comparison. For the sake of our health, mental health, let's not get into that. All right. We're not going to bring up bad memories. So, Patriots fans, let's skip those kind of games for the Colts fans in here. All right, what we got going on? Yeah, I remember Jonas Gray game. Oh, forgot there's Colts. You forgot there was Colts fans on the Colts channel. What? I mean, come on, McChicken. Remember, McChicken, I have the band power here, okay? Brandon Bolden can F off now. Still, man, they must be on like commercial or something with the Jaguars pick because they're taking forever. You watch from my knowledge, and I forget that I cover the Colts. Hey, that's a good thing. Honestly, I try to have knowledge over the entire NFL. You know, and that's what I try to do. I mean, yes, I'm a Colts fan. It's the Colts channel, but I've always said to be the best fan is to be able to understand the other teams so that you know what you're going up against, how other teams build, how other teams play. You know, that way you know what you're going up against and you got comparisons. So it's smart to cover the entire NFL rather than just one specific team. All right, JDW. Jordan Smith, edge, out of Bama Birmingham for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tyler Shelvin, Cincinnati Bengals selected the defensive tackle out of LSU at 17. Eagles on the clock. And you're just spitting them out before I know. That's cool, though, Patriots. All right. So it's just still showing. Nah, just flip. The pick is in. And you already stated out who they got. Maybe. I really honestly don't know a whole lot about him, so I understand the he's a tight end. Has Trey McKitty already been selected? Curious. Oh, Zach McPherson, the cornerback out of Texas. Washington pick is in. Vikings on the clock. You know if McKitty's been picked up? Oh, he has? Okay. He went to the Chargers? Cool. All right. Well, we'll find out who the Colts get here pretty soon. I'm at 29 likes. Don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. If you're wanting to roll a super chat, right down in the description, please use Streamlabs tips. You'll see a link that says tips. Use that instead of YouTube super chat because YouTube takes 65%. You'll still get the super chat option. It'll still pop up in the chat box over here in a little box. Bates. Yep, John Bates, tied in out of Boise. Minnesota's pick is in. Carolina on the clock. Colts on deck. Colts are in the box. All right, let's see what happens. Dabney says 3 picks till money time. Let's get another defensive end. Would you be surprised if it was a defensive lineman? I would not, because it's Ballard and he's going to grab BPA. I'm telling you. He's going to grab BPA. He might get Forsyth out of Florida. Or he could get Deontay Brown, right, from Alabama. That'd be interesting. I doubt he does. Watch him get Kerry Vincent. Who knows? Yeah, do me a favor, guys. Don't tell me who the Colts pick until let me look first. Don't drop it in the box. Joe says BPA, live by the sword, die by the sword. I agree. Jordan Graff, thanks for being here. Colts select Ray Route, guard. We don't need a guard. Dang, I was hoping we could pick up Bunyan, and he just got chosen. Are you kidding me? It's happened with me earlier when I was talking about moving up to get Sam Cosmi. That is not necessarily BPA, because you got to remember, my Patriots updates, Ballard is going to go by his own board, his own BPA, right? He's not going by yours or somebody else's draft people. It's his board. Joe, I get you. I know you don't always. We always don't always agree. None of us do. Not every time. But at the same time, you just got to go with whatever Ballard goes with. What's up, Jamal Marsh? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. If you're here, please smash that like button. Like I said, man, I am not above asking people to hit the like button and subscribe. Not too proud to beg. Oh, wait. Another 90s song. I wonder if anyone remembers that song. Brian says cornerback's not a bad one. No, cornerback's not a bad idea. Cornerback, wide receiver, tight end, tackle, linebacker. I'd be okay with any of those. We'll see who the Colts get. Washington took Boise State's tight end, Bates. Vikings pick is in. Carolina on the clock. Still waiting to see the Vikings pick. I haven't seen it yet. I'm seeing Carolina on the clock, okay? I don't know why I'm not seeing it's not updated. Cameron Bunyan, okay. Cornerback. All right, gotcha. Interesting way of spelling Cameron. Bynum. I'm assuming that's Bynum, not Bunyan. Let's keep it quiet here. All right, so I'm Chuba Hubbard from running back Oklahoma State. Pick is in for the Colts. I've got your chat off right now because I want to see it pop up in front of me. Get what I'm saying? So when it pops up in front of me, that's when I'll react. I want something to eat. I haven't eaten yet. I've been drinking a lot of pop and coffee. My stomach. What the hell? My draft tracker page just reset. The hell, man. Come on, guys. It's like the NFL Network just went offline. I think NFL Network has issues. Or NFL.com, not network. Well, they probably have issues too, but it's still not loading. Get out of here, Shadow. Go. Go. There we go. All right. Says the pick is in still. I do not have the pick yet for the Colts. There it is, tied in. Kylen Granson. Huh. 6'3", 235 pounds. Runs about a 4.7. Interesting. They're saying he's a special teamer. 32, almost 33-inch arms. 9 3/8 hands. Runs like a big wide receiver, creating matchup problems. Averaged over 16 yards a catch. Flashes good second gear to separate. Alters route speed to keep defenders off balance. He's good with catch and burst. Not good blocking. All right, going back up here to the no spoilers, the draft is in. We must have gotten another edge. If you think, I think you'd like this pick. Not going to say it, though. I got it. I already told you guys, he's cool. Brian says he's special. It's not a bad. It's not. Well, I mean, you know what? Drops is an issue since he's being drafted early. It's because he worries about catch and burst, right? He's good with the catch and burst, but he's got to catch it first. So we'll see. We don't have the Sirianni anymore to work with guys like that, but we'll see. Is he going to be a starter? Probably not. But I could see someone like him filling in the Burton or like the Trey Burton or Eric Ebron role that Frank Reich likes to use. We do kind of lack that catch and burst tight end. Ray says he's a fourth rounder, can't have first round expectations. No, you're right. That's what I'm saying. Jamal Mart says, don't know what to think, really. Well, the Colts, instead of grabbing a free agent, this could mean that they're off the table for Zach Ertz. Think about that. I think the Colts have been trying. I think Ballard's been wanting to get younger and younger and younger. That's why they grabbed two defensive ends. We got two tight ends right now that are around 30. So why would you want to go grab another 30-plus-year-old tight end and Zach Ertz? And he's that style of player, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that pick. Yeah, I think Mo Alley-Cox is going to have a heck of a year this year. What's up, Pedro? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I got 33 people watching. I got 35 likes. Go ahead and take a moment. Click that like button. Show your support best you can. Again, if you guys want to do any donations, please go to the description of the link. There's a tip link down there where you could put in a super chat in the description rather than using the YouTube. Just to let you know, I'll get the majority of the money rather than YouTube taking the majority of the money if you do it that way. Sarah says she still thinks that we're going to be getting Schwartz or Fisher at tackle. We probably will. Ricky Freezer, honestly, there wasn't a tackle, in my opinion, that was available here in the fourth round that was worthy of grabbing. There was a lot of reaches in the third round. So, I think the Colts will probably end up grabbing somebody that's available. You also got to remember some of these guys, some of these teams who drafted tackles and offensive linemen are probably going to let some decent guys go trying to save cap space, right? And then the Colts can pick them up because they've got the money for the cap space where the other teams don't. Because a lot of tackles have been grabbed. Tevy's not terrible. You just need to have somebody with him occasionally, especially against speed rushers. He's good against power rushers. But like the really, really fast guys, Tevy needs help with. Master Chief, how do you feel? Is it Chef or Chief? That's Chief. How do you feel about the picks so far? It sucks we ain't got a tackle. I'm not Ballard. He stayed put. I understand why we don't have a tackle as the picks have fallen. You know, as I watched the picks fall, I realized why we don't have a tackle. Personally, in the second round, I would have moved up to grab one. I think we're going to have a good defense this year. I'm okay with the tight end pick. It means we won't have to go out and get a Zach Ertz, another aging player on our team. So I think we're good. That's just my thoughts, my thought process on that. Dabney says that we're running out of cap room. Nah. I don't think so. Sarah says that CBS gave us a B+ on that pick because it was a really good landing spot. We can make room. I'm not too worried about the cap space situation. What I'm saying is, you can make cap space easily, right? By just redirecting signing bonuses and stuff like that. So I'm not really worried about cap space. The Colts really haven't done that too much. Matter of fact, they haven't done it at all yet. And Ballard has got those set up to where he can do that if he wants. Whereas, you've seen the Saints do a lot of it. You've seen the Chiefs do a lot of it. You've seen a lot of teams out there doing that were already in deep trouble. The Colts, Ballard, he's got guys out there with contracts like that he can free up space at will. Okay? So I'm not too worried about it. Actually, Dabney, 6.5, not 9.5 going to draft picks. For this year. We have a quarterback coming in, a problem similar to what Luck had. We need to protect our $100 million. We have one of the best offensive lines in football. That left tackle, think about this, against Buffalo, with an average left tackle, they played incredibly well. That offensive line played incredibly well with an average left tackle. They'll be fine. That's why I've been saying this whole time. You don't need a top 10 left tackle to go with the rest of the guys. You just need an average to an above average left tackle. At least this upcoming season. I hate Villanueva, Buck Dancer. I don't want Villanueva on this team. He is... I think Villanueva played just about as bad as LaRaven Clark did last year. Okay? I'm just saying. And I got a Pittsburgh guy in here. Let's get his questions on that. Get his answer on that. What do you think? Because I watched a lot of Villanueva tape, and I thought Villanueva took a huge nosedive in how he played last year as opposed to what he used to be not 3 years ago. I would be okay with Fisher. He might not be ready week 1, but I'd be okay with him. Russell Okung. Okay, yeah, that's an option. Michael H. Jamal March. Yep, that's what I was saying. The Pittsburgh left guard spot was absolutely trash. I get that. But at the same time, I was seeing him get beat one-on-one a lot last year. That was my problem. McChicken blog. The problem is Mitchell Schwartz is a right tackle, not a left tackle. He doesn't play left tackle nearly as well as he does right tackle. Right? So, I would rather have Fisher than Schwartz because at least Fisher is a better at left tackle currently. Yeah, I get it, Joe. Yeah, Pittsburgh definitely needs help on the interior. Ricky, those couple games without Costanzo was with some of the worst backups in the NFL. All right? Terrible backups. That's why I say if we have an average guy there, it's not bad. LaRaven Clark was trash. Okay? You put out a trash player, you're going to expect trash results. He was absolute trash. You get an average guy in there, a guy who can just fill in for a while, you're going to get a much better play. Our backups were awful. That's why we went out and got dude from Green Bay to play against the Bills. And he played very, very well. I can't remember which game it was that Will Holden played. We've got great guards, even depth at guard. Center, great depth at center. And a really good starting right tackle. Currently, we have a guy that can play left tackle much better than either of the guys that we had there last year at Sam Tebby. Now, I've watched this film. Much better than what Holden and Clark played last year. I wouldn't mind getting another guy in there. I don't want to run the entire season with Sam Tebby, but I would feel comfortable with him having to fill in occasionally. Yes, it was Jared Valdir, Michael H. Well, Raven Clark is not on the team, Ricky Freezer. He was released. Sam Tebby's average. He was the starting left tackle for the Chargers last year. He's an average left tackle. That's why he was signed. Just saying. He's better than all those other guys. Let me go in here. I haven't looked to see about the who's been picked. So Dan Moore Jr., offensive tackle out of Texas A&M, went to the Steelers. Jalen Darden, wide receiver, North Texas, went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cornerback Robert Rochelle from Central Arkansas, went to the Rams. Tylan Wallace, wide receiver, Oklahoma State, went to the Ravens. Whoa, they grabbing wide receivers left and right. Tommy Togia, tackle out of Ohio State, went to the Browns. Not a bad pick for the Browns. Ian Book got picked up by the Saints, quarterback for Notre Dame. Not bad. I don't know if he was a starter for Rivers in 2019. I know Alpha. I know he was a starter in 2020. Yeah, I don't want Peters. Yes, Valdir is a Packer now. The Colts, Daphne, the Colts signed him for a one-game deal against the Bills, and he played that one game and played very, very well. And he's an average tackle, and he played very, very well. No, I don't think Holden did as well as what you think he did. He also only played right tackle. He wasn't in there for left. Yeah, Peters is not a guy that you want. He's still with the Eagles, I think. He is average. He's good against power guys. He's not very good against really, really, really fast guys, which is why you have a tackle on the outside, or a tight end on the outside of him to help chip him back inside so that Sam Tebby can handle him. Tebby will be fine. Do I think we should ride with him for an entire season? No. I think we should go grab another guy in free agency. But he's still an upgrade over what I feel was a god-awful backups from last year that the Colts had. I actually have a Sam Tebby film room. If you want to go check it out, I have a film room on my channel. If you go to my film room listings, I have a film room on him. You can go check him out. What up, Delusional Patriots fan? Appreciate you being here, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. I'm almost at 40. My goal is 50. We need an Anthony Costanzo. Well, the odds of getting a Costanzo is rare. Okay? You got to remember, Anthony Costanzo was a first-round pick. And it was years and years ago. He's not another Clark. Jamie's got a good question. Do you think Ballard's mindset, he overestimated his backups? That's the problem. He thought LaRaven Clark was better than he actually was. That's the truth. I said LaRaven Clark should have been dropped the year before last. They kept him thinking that, because of his physical size, arm length, all that, he had the physical tools, but he wasn't able to learn technique very well. And that's what got LaRaven Clark in trouble. I think Ballard just leaned a little too hard on him, and he shouldn't have. Jamal March says that he has a feeling that we'll take an OT. It's possible. It's possible. I would not be surprised. Still waiting on the Minnesota Vikings pick. And you got to remember, Jack Doyle and Mo Alley-Cox are incredibly good blockers. They can block speed pass rushers. They can't block power. Well, Mo Alley-Cox can block a power rusher. If he needs to. But Sam Tebby doesn't have a problem with power rushers. He has a problem with those really twitchy speed rushers. Ricky, think about this. We had no pass rush on the team. And we run a zone defense. So let's say you did get an offensive tackle first round. Okay. Say we reached at 21 and grabbed an offensive tackle. Because it would have been a reach. Not by much, but a little bit. But we have zero pass rush this year because, let's face it, there isn't any really great pass rushers out there. So our defense ends up giving 30 points a game up. You're putting an awful lot of pressure on Carson Wentz to win games. Because the defense can't stop the pass game. Okay? And the zone defense the Colts run relies on the front four getting pressure without blitzes. That's why they went that route. They're hoping that the defense itself will be able to hold teams down in points. And we'll be able to lean on our run game to help Carson Wentz. Yeah. The Colts pay Carson Wentz $20 million this year. Then 27, 20, 25, and 26. Yeah. So it is 100 mil. Which is about what we was paying Jacoby Brissett. And honestly, $25 million a year is average quarterback contract. You're acting like we're paying this guy all this money. It's an average contract in the NFL, believe it or not. It's not a high-end contract. It's middle of the pack contract, like 15. The Colts ain't paying a ton of money to Carson Wentz. Not as much as like other teams are. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm at 42 likes. I got 28 people watching live. Appreciate everyone being here. Please don't forget to smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you ain't subscribed. And let's look at what some of these... Okay, so the Vikings grabbed edge Janarius Robinson out of Florida State. Tennessee grabbed a defensive end Rashad Weaver from Pittsburgh. The Cardinals grabbed another cornerback, Marco Wilson out of Florida. And the Seahawks just grabbed Trey Brown, cornerback from Oklahoma. Dallas's pick is in. Cincinnati is on the clock, and then Steelers after that. Well, here's the thing. We don't know if we can or cannot protect his blind side because we have yet to see what the roster is going to look like at the time. There's still months before even preseason starts. Buck Dancer, I appreciate that super chat you put in. Love your stuff. Thanks for what you do. I do it for you and guys and people like you, so I appreciate it very much. So we don't know what's going to happen with the tackle. I'm sure Ballard is going to address it at some point. I think the reason he has not really put any kind of money into somebody in defensive end or left tackle is because defensive end and left tackle is extremely expensive to get quality starters in free agency. So what he's doing is he's grabbing whatever happens in free agency or in the draft and whatever hole is left over. Tomorrow, he can start making calls to fill these spots. I will about guarantee that within the next week, Ballard is going to grab somebody for left tackle. I almost guarantee it. It's actually a smart way of going about business-wise. You don't know who you're getting from the draft, so you wait to see who you're going to need after the draft. Because you can't walk in and go, this is what I'm getting in the draft. Because you got to go with how the board falls to you. So you see what happens as it falls to you. And then you fill your holes that you need with free agency. He's been saying that this whole time. And he's still working on it. There's still quality free agents at the tackle position, and probably, like I said, will be more of them let go in the next week to make room roster-wise and cap room-wise for the teams that have picked up tackles. Hey, Acvion Hill, what's up? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button. You say the draft pick made you so mad. I'm not mad about it. I was surprised, but I'm not mad about it. I've been saying all offseason that the pass rush for the Colts was the number one priority over left tackle. I'm surprised he grabbed two of them, but it's okay. Brian says, I am all about believing that the Colts will win the AFC South. That will be it for me until proven otherwise. I agree with you. I think right now, currently, I think the Colts have a better team than the Titans. Still a little bit of question mark with the left tackle, but at the same time, like I said, there's still plenty of time to get somebody in that position. And I think it will happen. Hill says that he hopes to get a wide receiver today. We may. We got a tight end. Loyola says, I imagine we are watching what Atlanta is going to do closely. They have a lot of cap issues. There's a lot of teams out there that have cap issues. The Saints are still in cap problems, right? Cowboys have cap problems. They might end up letting go somebody. They got good left tackles. They were hurt last year, but they've got some. I think they had I think they started 10 games with different lineups due to injuries for their offensive line last year. So the Cowboys grabbed up tackle Josh Ball out of Marshall. There you go. See? Just talked about that just a moment ago. Give me a moment. Let me look. I haven't looked, so I got to look. Well, we're not getting Lyle Collins. Brandon Knight, that's a possibility. I doubt they let go of Tyron Smith. Brandon Knight might be a guy they may end up letting go. I wouldn't be surprised. I think they just signed Nsekhe. What's going on, Ross? Appreciate you being here. Oh, yeah. I already stated about Ramondre Stevenson. He is basically your guys' next LeGarrette Blount-ish type running back. I think that's basically the role that he has been selected to fill. Really hardcore bruiser between the tackles runner. That's my thoughts on him. Basically. Whereas your former first round pick that you had that was a running back, he's your between the tackles guy before then, but he was a smaller between the tackles guy. And I think Stevenson is more of a bigger, hard-nosed guy than what he is. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. No. Hill says, do we think that we put the guy we just grabbed at linebacker? No. He's too big. He's like a 270-pound defensive lineman. He's a guy who can move from tackle to end. Okay? And he plays with a lot of injury. Yes, he's got injury, the Achilles problem, but energy. He plays on a high level. So, and a little bit wild, a little uncontrolled. He's not quite fully in control of himself because he plays at such a high level. Very, very high ceiling. He probably does on general, Ross. But I do look at specific players and look at tape occasionally. That's one thing I do. Do. Did I just say do on live? I sure did. One thing that I do is I look at tape. I start looking at tape right about when free agency begins. So I do get to look at some players during the offseason. Ross, appreciate the super sticker. Thank you so much. You're awesome, my guy. Sorry, guys, I'm still reading your chats. Correct. This is Ballard's 5th year and Reich's 4th. And they did well last year, even with an older Rivers, right? Michael H. makes a point. He did have a problem. Ballard's 5th year, he was drafting for a completely different offensive and defensive scheme. And that's why the majority of those guys weren't on the team anymore very shortly after. So we kind of got to give him a pass on that first year. Luck's injuries and retirement, that also plays in effects, right? So this year is a big year for him. I think he did well last year with Rivers. I mean, we did go to the playoffs. We took a team that went to the AFC Championship game right to the brink. Should have beat them. Okay, so Luck's injuries, believe it or not, Ricky Frazier, Luck's injuries came from up the gut. That is a fact. All of his injuries came from up the gut because we didn't have worth a darn guards or center. Okay? That was the problem. No issues with that now. We got good guards and a very good center. Pressure's not coming up the gut anymore. So if you have a guy who gets around the outside edge, if you have a very solid guards that can keep you a pocket for the quarterback to step up into the pocket to avoid outside pressure, like the Colts have, that will help dramatically. This is why the Colts want defense. This is why defensive tackles are so important in the NFL anymore. All right. Oh, wow. Look at all them tackles going off the board. Deontay Smith from East Carolina went to the Bengals. Linebacker, Texas A&M, Buddy Johnson to the Steelers. Maybe they grabbed the guy who they're hoping will replace Bud Dupree. I doubt it. The Rams grabs another wide receiver for Stafford out of UCF. Central Florida, Jacob Harris. Royce Newman was selected by the Green Bay Packers, guard out of Mississippi. Interesting. Have a good one, Ross. Appreciate you being here. We've been here a little over 2 hours now. Jody Durman, thank you so much for being here in the stream. You still have 100% faith in our scouts and our GM. I have faith in them. I think they're doing what's right as the board falls. You get what I'm saying? They're going by what they feel. They said they're not going to reach just because it's a need. They're going to take who is best at that pick. And that's why I kind of understand the way that they're going right now. This is why I understand what happened in the second round. I personally would have traded up 4 spots to get Sam Cosmi. I was screaming for it when that pick was in, or when it was time for that pick to happen. I was like, please trade up right here, grab Sam Cosmi, because I got a feeling he's going to go really quick. Sure enough, it happened. It happens. But I'm okay with the draft so far. Like I said, I think there's going to be tackle options after the draft. I think some tackles will be let go. I think there will be some guys out there that Chris Ballard will probably sign someone to fight with Sam Cosmi to see who's going to be the starter. Yes, we drafted a tight end. We drafted a Trey Burton style tight end in the 3rd round. Dadme says you don't think. No, I'm looking. Okay, so in the 1st round, Pay was BPA and a need. Okay? There's no question about Pay. Pay was a BPA and need. He was the best player available on a need. So that happens. Then in the 2nd round, at the Colts pick, they would have selected somebody that was left. The only guy that I had that was there, I don't know, that was worthy of that pick in the 2nd round. I don't know if Ballard had him listed good enough to be selected there. But the guy he did pick, he selected because he said he had him as a 1st round grade. So I understand why he took him. And he has stated for years he's not going to reach, even on a need, in a draft, no matter what. Because that's how you get teams in trouble. You end up losing talent doing it that way. So I get it. I think he has a plan. Brian, talking about getting rid of the football. Since Frank Reich has been the head coach, think about this. Andrew Luck's time to throw dropped dramatically when he played, right? In 2018 when he played, it dropped dramatically with Frank Reich. In 2020, Phillip Rivers, his time to throw dropped dramatically with Frank Reich. There's no reason to believe otherwise with Carson Wentz in 2021 in the future. It's something that Frank Reich teaches. It's about getting rid of the ball out quick. Bam, 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 bam. I'm fine with that. Hey, Ray, I wouldn't mind it, but I'm not running StreamYard right now, so that could be a difficult proposition for me right now. Give me a moment. Let me see. Let me see if I can't set this up, my guy. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. My background just went crazy. My bad. Yeah, I can't do it. Sorry. I don't have it set up for guests right now because no one said anything about wanting to join me today. Otherwise, I would have set it up for that. $47 thumbs up. I see 46, but 47's cool. Michael Cat, sorry for being late. Oh, was mushroom hunting. Liked and shared, walking in, 29. You're the 47th. Appreciate it very much. I need 3 more to hit my goal of 50 today. 3 more likes. Oh, you found 8 mushrooms. That's cool. Actually, I did ask, but I asked on my stream yesterday, Ray. During my stream, I know you don't watch my streams on a general basis, and you were streaming yesterday anyhow, so obviously you weren't watching mine. But on my stream yesterday, I told everybody, if anyone wanted to join me on my stream today, to hit me up at DMs on Twitter. And not a single person hit me up. Not one. So apparently, I'm not fun to talk with on live streams. Unless you're in chat. Now, I think people probably either forgot or they just didn't want to, they just didn't want themselves in the live stream. It states 50 likes now. Nice. Jody Durbin subscribed. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Ricky says he sees 50. I hit my mark. Sweet. Appreciate that, guys. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, that's BS. I wasn't sure what my plans were going to be for the day. But you remember, Joe, I did say drop me a DM if you wanted to. I did say that. And no one did. So the Jaguars grab Luke Farrell, tight end, out of Ohio State. Good pick by the Jags. Jags are actually having a pretty good draft. Pretty impressed by them. Now that they actually got a new front office, I think they're doing pretty decent. I still want to know what's going to happen with Minshew. But I think Lawrence is starting. Jamian Sherwood, safety out of Auburn for the Jets with the second pick of round 5. Houston Texans already selected their pick. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have your number. Jody says, do I think that they'll change Big Q to left tackle? No. And let me explain why. Big Q at guard is a 10 out of 10. He is as good as you're going to get as a guard. You move him to left tackle. Maybe you get a 7 out of 10 as a left tackle from him. But the person you plug in might be a 6 of 10 at guard. So you're dropping overall. Plus, at guard, Quentin Nelson can still pull on a consistent basis and do it very, very well. Whereas at left tackle, that limits how much you can pull him. And yet Quentin is an exceptional puller in the run game. So not only do you lose overall offensive line integrity if you move him to left tackle, but you also lose what he does so well in the run game. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for you. My likes are only reading 49. That's weird. I thought it said 50, but I guess it's only 49. Michael Catt, Raven Clark, I don't think is on the team anymore. I'm pretty sure they dropped him. Let me look. But I'm pretty sure he's not on the team anymore. We got Jake Benzinger, Julian Davenport. We still have Will Holden, Carter O'Donnell, and Tevy, and Braden Smith. Those are our tackles. As you heard, there is no LaRaven Clark on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm showing 48 likes. I am losing likes. Yes, Chaz Green is gone as well. Now it's back up to 49. What in the world? Somebody's playing with my feelings. Somebody's over there going, unlike, like, unlike, like. You're trolling me with the likes, man. Nomadic Brian, okay, I have to get my... Okay, you got to go over to the fitness center, bike and chest today. Oh, okay. See you later. Go Colts. Appreciate you being here, Brian. It's always fun talking with you. Let me go and check out my own stream. Shall we? It shows 50 for me. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. A lot of tackles fell. And people are still grabbing tackles left and right. I don't know if there's any tackles left that's worth a darn. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I thought he was picked up. Holy crap! So I'm seeing that Jake Curran will not be drafted. Or most likely not, because he's got a heart condition, but he's 6'6", 316 pounds. But he's got a heart condition. I doubt he gets drafted. Ben Vanagoo, Robert, Rennick, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. Ben has had issues. Ben is kind of a edge setting defensive end rather than a pass rushing defensive end. At least that's my thought process on that and what I've seen from tape. And he's also had issues with effort in practice and on the field. So he has those problems. If he can get those problems fixed, he'd be a good edge setting, like right side defensive end. Forsyth, I think, is gone. Gaskin. I think someone already picked him up. Texans grab tight end Brevin Jordan. The Atlanta Falcons selected tackle out of Texas, Taquan Graham. And the Bengals, in the 5th round, grabbed a kicker out of Florida. Are you kidding me? The Patriots weren't the first team to grab a special team kicker. Evan McPherson went to the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow. Eagles is on, pick is in, Chicago's on the clock, Denver after them. Oh, I had a fun day yesterday, day before, and today. Oh, but like I said, I'm not sitting here for 7.5, 8 hours. It's just too long. Plus, I got an interview that I'll have later on this evening after the draft is over with. So I'm not going to be here the whole time. I have to set up for that as well. So just let you know. Colts are on 165. Okay? Colts pick 165. The Eagles select running back out of Memphis, Kenneth Gainwell, at 150. So we got like 15 more to go. That's a good point, Jamie Miller. Drafting defensive end pass rushers in rounds 1 and 2 should be a big kick in the butt to that pass rush group. You know, that's telling them you gotta perform or you're out, right? Is Stone Forsythe still there? I didn't think he was. Well, he might be. I could see a cornerback, wide receiver, tackle, or linebacker as our next pick. I don't know who we're getting though, but we'll see. Watch it be a pass rusher. I'm just saying. Dabney, we go all the way through the 7th round today, and I will not be. The rest of the NFL draft is today, and I won't be here for the 6th round. After the Colts pick here in the 5th, I'll probably end up killing it because, like I said, I got to prepare for my interview later on. So I'm just letting you know. And I got to go get some food for my family. Master Chief, I don't know what I'm getting. Hey, honey, what am I going to get to eat today? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I do not know. Looks like the Bears picked up a guard, Larry Borum from Missouri. Good pick. They need offensive line. Bad. Just saying. They need offensive line terribly. You're saying probably chicken. That might be an idea. But I'm not going to go. I'm not driving out of town, so in my town there ain't a whole lot of really great. I mean, I think the best chicken we have in Marion is Penguin Point. I mean, we do have B-dubs here in Marion. We don't eat B-dubs very often, but we have it. Come on. Might go to Outback. Ain't done that in a while. Or Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse. Ain't done that. I don't know. Marion, Indiana. Indiana. I live on I-69 between, right smack between Indianapolis and Fort Wayne. Denver Broncos grab safety out of Texas, Caden Stearns. Oh, you're from Ohio? All right. Whereabouts in Ohio? I got some friends that live over in Ohio. I got a close friend that lives over in Springfield. Which is right off 70. But of course, if you're in Ohio, you already know that. Well, it's 70 in Indiana. I don't remember what the state road is in Ohio. Wait, interstates don't change names, do they, from state to state? They stay the same. So, yeah, it'd still be 70 in Ohio. Ah, okay. So you're a little northern. You're not too far from Fort Wayne then. Oh. Let's get a shout out of where everybody's at, where everybody stays at. You're about an hour away from Cleveland, Master Chief. Cool. Where's everybody from? I've already stated where I'm from. Master Chief and Jody says where they're from. I know where some of you guys are from. Hey, honey. You want to get some IHOP? You want to get some IHOP? Or, Bob Evans? You're in Carolina, Michael? Cool. You live in Fort Wayne? I was in Fort Wayne for a little while. You're stuck in Panthers country, Jamie? Virginia. Kayvon. Mishawaka. Chris from Mishawaka. I actually lived in oh crap. Sorry. I lived in Goshen for a while. Sorry, it took me a second to remember. I used to live in Goshen for a while too. Alpha, home of the Jags. Dabney's in Indy. Christian McGowan. What's up, man? Colts killing the draft. You ask some Colts fans, they're not too happy about the second pick. But when you go by BPA, they're doing a good job. Denny's breakfast. You had a big Denny's. We don't have a Denny's in Marion. Oh, Loyalist is from Avon. Cool. Troger, Goshen, Indiana. Yeah. That's not far from Mishawaka. Joe's like, I've lived in like 10. Yeah, I've lived in I'm 40 something. I'm 45. And when I was younger, in my 20s, I moved around a lot myself. Okay? I've lived in Sturgis, South Dakota. Lived in Fort Wayne, Goshen, Marion, Gas City. I don't think I've lived anywhere else. Maybe. Oh, you're in New York now? Okay. All right. Cleveland grabbed Tony Fields, linebacker, West Virginia. Well, they are going defense hard, the Cleveland Browns are. My goodness. We haven't had Applebee's in a while. We could try Applebee's. St. Charles, Missouri. Sarah, what's up? Last year you was in Connecticut. Awesome. See, I'm just here to bring connections to everybody else. Thanks so much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys are fun to... you make sitting here watching a draft worth sitting here watching a draft. Because I'm just sitting here chilling with my friends, right? I've never been east of Kings Island. Just to let you know. Kings Island is as far east and as far south as I have ever been in my life. Alpha, who do I think... Who do you think, through free agency, has improved? Oh, who's improved the most? Do I think? Jaguars. Jaguars have improved the most in the draft. Browns have had a good draft, though. Browns have had a good draft. I've been to Kings Island, and I've been to Cedar Point. Cedar Point, I like Cedar Point more than I like Kings Island. Only because... I got on the Raptor and I got hooked on that darn roller coaster, the Raptor, when I was younger. I was like 21. It just came out. And the Raptor was such a badass roller coaster. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Browns roster has upgraded. It's very good, but I still think the Jaguars have improved the most. You ain't ever been to Alaska? I I can't I can't understand why. Oh, you got paid to see the country. That's cool. I wish I could do that. Me and my wife was talking about once my house is paid off and the kids move out, that maybe I'll do this as income and get like a what are those called? An RV or something, and just go and do my live streams on the road. You know what I mean? That's what we was just kind of throwing that idea around, and do live streams live at different locations. I think that would be really, really cool. But obviously, I got to be able to make money doing this right here to do something like that. But I think that'd be badass and cool. Actually, make road trips to like visit road games and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Jamie says her favorite place she's ever been to is Seattle, and the worst was 4 years in Syracuse. Tiny house on wheels, right? Pat's doing that right now. I mean, that'd be fun. That'd be the ultimate thing to do. There's a Green Bean Jets fan. Is a podcaster here on YouTube. You can look him up. I joined one of his episodes once as an analyst talking about offensive linemen, and that's what he does. He travels around and does his podcast on the road. So, Troger says lots of RV delivery company. I used to work at it was in Napanee. I think it's closed down now. When I lived in Goshen, I worked at Holiday Rambler. That's where I worked. I actually ran wiring for RVs. So, yeah, that's what I did. But I don't think they're open anymore. I think they're closed. The Jets grab cornerback out of Duke, Michael Carter. Niners grab offensive tackle. There goes Jalen Moore. Steelers pick is in. Vikings on the clock. Panthers after them. Wait, you was in and out of Seattle in the early 90s? During the grunge era? Did you go to any concerts? Jamie? I mean, if you're in Seattle in the 90s, that's when grunge like went boom. Still waiting on the Steelers pick. Looks like I'm losing a few viewers right now. It's okay, though. They seem very entitled up there. I can't okay, so I can't make an opinion on the West Coast. Their thoughts and ideas are different than mine. So I don't agree with a lot of the things that they. I'm talking about like uh, political wise, but I'm gonna keep that off my stream. I don't like getting into religion or politics, so ah, well that sucks, Jamie. Sup, Jody? Oh, you also worked a Holiday Rambler in the '90s. Now it's old. Okay, yeah, yeah, I know, Chris. I know that. Awesome. Well, see, it's a small world. Isaiah Loudermilk, defensive end, Wisconsin, goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you think about that, Joe? Last call in Indiana is 2 o'clock. And they have to close by 3. Hayward is getting up there. Yeah, he is. He's getting up there in age. I thought Hayward was a tackle. I didn't think he was a defensive end. Well, okay, you run a 3-4 though, not a 4-3. Never mind. I got you now. I get it. Yeah. I keep forgetting. He can play the 3 tech. Yeah. Well, I'm pushing 3 hours. Yeah, I thought Tuitt generally does the that defensive end. Yeah. Once the Colts get their selection out of the 5th, I'll be done here, guys, because I'm honestly I got to get food for the family. What do you think of Stephon Tuitt, anyhow, Joe? You think he's going to be there for a while, or do you think he had a lot of help with the guys around him, and you might want to upgrade? I don't know. Oh, you like PJ Hall? Okay. You hope? Yeah. I mean, I like Tuitt, but guys, good lord, I'm not going to be here that long. JDW. Like I said, I'm just until the Colts pick, and that's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more picks. The Vikings select Amir Smith, something, something, wide receiver, Iowa. Oh, Derek Caldwell. Hold on. I got to go check that out because someone dropped Streamlabs. Where was it? Hold on. I'm missing something. Hold on real quick. Oh, Derek Caldwell subscribed. Thanks so much. Appreciate the subscription. That's awesome. Appreciate that. I just had to look to see what was going on. Well, keeping an eye on stuff. Chargers pick is in. Baltimore's on the clock. Chargers grabbed offensive tackle out of Nebraska, Brendan James. Baltimore now pick is in. Buffalo on the clock. Jets after them. I don't know. When you say who, I don't know. At this point, it could be anybody. He's going to be going BPA most likely. Good Lord. For all we know, he ends up grabbing a running back. Probably piss off everybody in Colts Nation. You're guessing cornerback, though? It's possible. 5th round. Cornerback, wide receiver, linebacker. Right? I think all three of those are a good choice. Ravens selected cornerback out of Ohio State, Shaun Wade. Ballard does love his linebackers. Best available right now, in your opinion, Stone Forsythe. We'll see. Forsythe has dropped hardcore. I wonder why. I don't know why he's dropped so much. But we'll see. Jamie, I appreciate. Thank you so much for the super chat. $5 super chat says, I want to thank you for the draft coverage this year. Definitely. I enjoy sitting here, chilling. Like I said, though, it's people like you that allow me to be here to do the coverages that I am doing. I am leaving after the Colts pick on draft 5 because I have an interview after the draft. I need to eat before then and then set myself up for it. I will either get that out tonight or tomorrow morning, depending upon how late that interview happens. Okay? With the whole Justin Fields and the Bears, if they can get an offensive line and their running game going, I think Fields will be fine. But they need to change their idea. They've tried to get an offensive line. They just missed picks, right? That's the problem. Michael says interview with pay or date. No. I can't say who, what, where, when, or how. Because who I am in with the interview has required me not to do so. until it's done and over with. So I can't say that, but just say it's going to be nice coverage. You say Davis Mills would be a good, cool film room? I don't know. Someone donated 50, Ross did actually yesterday, to my Streamlabs so that I got the full amount. And because he did that, I was able to buy more all 22 film. And I will be doing it on Dayo. Film room on Dayo. Probably early this week. Maybe tomorrow. Don't know. Possibly. Appreciate that, Colts loyalists. Appreciate that. If you guys are in here, please don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget, turn all notifications on so you're notified next time I go live or upload a video. Don't forget links in the description down here for my Patreon. It's only $5 a month. Not that much, like 2 liters of soda. Or pop, whatever you want to call it. Fizz drink, I think, is what they say in the UK. And then my Streamlabs. Any donations that are too big, please try to use the Streamlabs super chat rather than YouTube. And then, of course, my merch shop. Go check out my merch shop, please, guys. My merch shop's awesome. I love it. I actually got a whole bunch of merch coming to me soon. I've had a lot of people order it. They say the quality is great. The prices, they say, are fair. I don't think you'd be disappointed. So go check it out. Hector, Javier Garcia, what's up? Appreciate you being in here. Harrison Hype. In Ballard we trust, right? Yeah, we kind of got to, right? He has yet to prove he was wrong about anyone yet. Because you really can't take his first year because he was drafting for a different team. Different scheme, different team, different coaching, different everything. But ever since then, he's proven that he's doing the right thing. And I got to do that. I got to trust in the man. Buffalo Bills selected offensive tackle Tommy Doyle out of Miami, Ohio. Jets on the board, Washington, and then Denver after that. And then the Colts. So we got four selections before the Colts pick. Or 3 selections before the Colts pick. My bad. I do not drink energy drinks, ladies and gentlemen. I had one Red Bull way back in the day when I was like 25. That's the only energy drink I've ever had. And that was literally 20 years ago. I've never had an energy drink since then, unless you want to count coffee and Mountain Dew energy drinks. I don't do energy drinks because I'm an older fella too. And okay, I just don't like. Maybe it's kind of similar. I don't like being hyperactive. I'm already ADD. Having an energy drink will make me go crazy. So I am soon. I got 4 picks left, and then I can. We're waiting on the Colts to pick. We got 4 picks. My wife and kid is downstairs yelling at me. You said you were going to go get food. What'd you say, Nathan? You just did. I quit drinking coffee and soda after 8 p.m. so that I find that it does keep me awake. I used to realize, that I'd lay there for hours trying to go to sleep. And then I'd realize, you know what? Let's try something different. Let's drink juice or water or something like that before I lay down and see if I can fall asleep faster. Sure enough, it works. KC, I've had KC with the pick is in for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes now. It's ridiculous. This must be the round we get an OT. The grades are in their 50s or lower on ESPN. Maybe Ballard thinks one of them will still be good enough. There's still a guy on the board that Ballard could grab that would be a BPA in my opinion. That's a tackle. So we'll see what happens. But in all fairness, if he does not get a tackle in this draft, he doesn't get a tackle in this draft. There's going to be plenty of options for a average or good left tackle after the draft, because there's been a lot of tackles that's been drafted, and there's going to be tackles that's going to be let go to make cap space. So think about that, Harrison. Guys, also, if you're watching this, Harrison Hype's awesome. Just let you know. He's been around forever. It's really cool. One of the OGs that's been here with me. Dabney, I used to drink Red Bull mixed with Jägermeister to make Jaeger bombs. I don't drink anymore, but the drink that I used to drink was Jägermeister because I love the taste of black licorice. But I switched from Jägermeister to Sambuca because Sambuca does not have that harsh aftertaste. It has the black licorice taste, but it's doesn't have the harshness to it. And I even went to D'Amore, Sambuca D'Amore. Now it was expensive. It's an import, Italian, but to me it was worth it. Now I don't drink anymore. I'm just saying that's what I did when I was younger. Yeah, I appreciate that, JDW. You've been around for a while too. Uh, he was half decent, but Holden had actual help. They actually gave Holden help with a tight end, right, for a lot of that game. So that does make a difference. All right, Kansas City got tied in Noah Gray out of Duke. Washington, Denver, then the Colts. Sambuca is a very smooth alcohol. But like I said, it's an import, so it's kind of more expensive. And some places don't carry it. Not the Sambuca. There's multiple types of Sambuca. Like I said, I went with the D'Amore, which is in like a round bottle. Kind of like, ooh, what in the world? Oh, I thought the pick was in, but it's not. I gotta pee real bad too, but I don't. The bathroom is right across that wall, so I'm not gonna do the pee thing. And I've got double fancy double closing doors for my bedroom, and then the bathroom's right here. Yeah, and then of course my studio area is right here. So it is what it is. Yes, Forsyth would be a good one. I didn't realize um, that he was still available. So if the Colts pick Forsyth here, I mean, it would not be a reach. It'd actually be a BPA. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Stone Forsyth out of Florida. He's a monster of a person though. 6'7", 320, and slow. But I think he'd be a BPA pick if he was picked here. The Washington football team selected safety out of Cincinnati, Derek Forrest. Denver Broncos on the clock. Colts sitting right behind them. Stone Forsyth would keep a name. Drafting guys with cool names, Michael says. And it would keep the whole BPA thing, right? Oh, my volume's cutting in and out. My bad. I don't know if you can answer this, but how do you sell merch? Okay, so because I have Streamlabs OBS systems and I pay for Prime, it gives me a lot of options, and Streamlabs have their own merchandise. And I go in and I select items and I design and then I put it up on my merch shop. That's how. But I pay a monthly fee for Prime on Streamlabs. Alpha Wolf's like, yeah, you're a pirate booty, huh? It is booty. You're right. But it's all I really have to work with right now. So, the pick is in. Hey, there went Jamar Johnson. Jamar Johnson went to Denver, the Indiana safety. Who was talking about they were wanting Jamar Johnson? I can't remember who it was. Somebody was saying they wanted Jamar. Daphne. Dabney said that. He just went. He went to Denver right before the Colts pick. But it didn't look like they were going to pick him anyhow because the pick went in almost immediately. Now, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat, ladies and gentlemen, because I know you guys will probably tell me uh, who it is. I hope not. Man, it's already 3 o'clock. I started at 11:30. Wouldn't mind seeing Stone Forsythe going here. He's a freaking monster. What's up, Ray? I gotta go here in a minute. Actually, I gotta go use the restroom, and then I gotta go get food, and then I gotta prepare for an interview for after the draft. So, yeah, I'm here for the Colts pick, and then I'm out. And the Colts pick is in, and we're just waiting on it to be announced. I'm trying not to look at chat. I got my fingers crossed for Forsythe, though. Stone Forsythe. Instead, the Colts get Sean Davis, safety out of Florida. Safety. Actually, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Good pick. He's another one of those guys that, okay. So Davis is a downhill box guy, right? Kind of in the same mold as the strong safety we already have. So I'm not upset with this pick. Not upset. I said safety, tackle, wide receiver, linebacker. This wasn't a bad pick. He has knee injury history. That worries me a little bit. But it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I got 56 likes, 28 people watching here. It's all good. Please don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed, tag the notification bell. If you're that way you're notified next time I go live or upload, which will either be tonight or tomorrow morning, depending upon when my interview ends. But I gotta go. I gotta use the restroom. I gotta go get food for my family, and then I gotta prep for the interview. So, thanks guys so much for being here. Love you guys coming in, visiting. Like you always do. And until next time, I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law. Have a good one.